Okay, I did a little more work, so I get to do a puzzle. Those are the rules. Let's go over here. We got Smaug. I already picked this cool background. Feel bad about who did it. Oops. Dave Hoskins. Okay. I want to just use it without like even showing the person. This is inspired by Jewels and Dragons. For me, that's why I picked it. I mean, okay. Smaug. I know that guy. There he lay, a vast red gold dragon, fast asleep. A thrumming came from his jaws and nostrils and wisps of smoke, but his fires were low in slumber. Beneath him, under all his limbs and his huge coiled tail, and all about him on all sides, stretching away across the unseen floors, lay countless piles of precious things, gold wrought and unwrought, gems and jewels. A silver red stained, and silver red stained in the ruddy light. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Begin by filling in the cliff wall labeled digits from the previous puzzle. Okay, you get our cliff wall. In cages, digits do not repeat and sum to the small clue if given, so just normal killer cages. A digit in an emerald green indicates how many emeralds contain that digit. Okay, so we got some emeralds and sapphires. So those are circle rules. 2 sets of circle rules. How many emeralds contain the digit? How many? Okay, this rules seem pretty straightforward. Got a copy over cliff wall, which is 37. 30. This background is insane, but I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So this could just be 4. Could never be 2, but it could be a 1, 3. So it could be 1 with 3 threes, or all 4, but we couldn't be 2 2s. That'd be weird. That'd be a weird thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So none of these see each other, but these two are in the same fella. So we can't. We have to total to 7. We can't be 7. So I guess it's possible that they're 1, 2, 4, or 1, 6, or 3, 4, or 5, 2. Is that right? There's kind of a lot of options for those. So let's look at some cage totals and see what we can learn from them, shall we? So 15s are quite limited. 18 and 5 digits. A 13 is fairly limited, but not. It gives us 4 and 5. This little nozzle. So you can do 35 and only 5 digits. So 6 digits is a lot of leeway. You have 36 here, looking like a little hat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The triangular number for 7 is 28. So this has 1 degree of freedom, meaning this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, I believe. So these digits will be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a 23. Triangle number 6 is 21. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 would work. Or, sorry, that's not true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 would work. Or 6, 7. So, there's, I think we definitely have 1, 2, 3, 4 in here. And then we also have 2 digits that sum to 13, I think is the case, right? So we do know that these digits, we already said they couldn't be 7, can't be 7 anyway, but they're definitely not 8. So we can take the 8s out of there. But I think all these others we sort of said were valid. I mean, we didn't think too super hard about it, but so it's a little interesting to think about. I think there's no 9, so there's no 9 in here, certainly. If you try to put a 9 in here, even if you minimize 1, 2, 3, 4, minimize these, 9 is still too big. So I think that's 9 and that's 6. This means this is not a 6. So we do have to have a 6 in this neighborhood. I didn't really pay attention to the fact that these are in the same box as well. Oops. So these sorry, I was just thinking about that 9. 9, we never got a 9 in here though, right? Oh, maybe I didn't say that. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I not do the math here right? Well, okay, so I think I didn't include an option. I mean, with the 1, 2, 3, I talked about 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 digits that summed to 13. So 9's not an option, right? Because, is it? Wait. No. That would be 24. Sorry. Because that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9, and that would be 24. So 9 is certainly not in here. Right? And 9 is not here. So one of these is 9. If this was 9, this would be a 4. But it also means that 9 is down here, which seems pretty obvious. This is a big number. So that rules 9 out of all of here. And puts 9 over here, I think, right? Like 9's certainly not in here. It's not in there anywhere. 9 is not a green fellow. 9 is not in this cage. So I think we place another 9. Is that a possible thing that's happening? And then, so that rules 9 out of here. It rules 9 out of here. Rules 9 out of here. So those could be 9. But over here, we rule 9 out of here. We rule 9 out of here. And those could be 9. So there's definitely a 9 in here. this couldn't be 9. If I put a 9 here, it will rule out the, it'll see this and it will see these. So this is not a 9. But I think it is okay for these to be 9. Possibly. Okay. Well, we were having a great time moving those 9s around. I mean, we really did expect there to be a 9 in there. Could we have done it without a 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe. This would be 26. This would be 30. Maybe we couldn't have done it without a 9. If we didn't have a 9, but we had 6 digits, then those digits, this would be 15, that would be 25, that would be only 28. That's way off. So what if we max this? What is it? 39. I was just trying to decide if I could have a, like, these digits already sum to 35, right? So this is not. I could still have a 1 if I drop the 5 and put a 1, 4. But it seems like you do have to have a 9. You probably do have to have an 8. Right? Because if not, then that's 16. So that's 20. This is 31. And then... Is that really true? Sorry. If you don't have an 8, you're at 16, you're at 20, you're at 25, you're at 31, and even if you add this, you're only at 34. How was my sum so wrong for not having a 9? That seems like I did something wrong. That's 15, that's 20, that's 30. No, it's 33. I did something silly, sorry. This is 20. That's 30. I'd be at 33. Have to have a 9, so I do have to have an 8. And it's not one of these. There's an 8 in here. I don't like the pencil mark like that, though. We also seem to need... We rolled 7 out of here. We do need a 7 in here. In one of these places. Feels like a thing where we want to maybe start thinking about digits that are like boxes that digits that sneak in via cages. Like this digit is definitely up here, for example. This digit is somewhere in this neighborhood. This little snaky boy. One of those is the 9. Did I stop thinking about 9s prematurely while I was focused on bad arithmetic? 4 digits if you don't have a 3 or a 7. Doesn't seem like a big deal. Well, maybe it's a huge deal. Definitely have a 9 in there. We definitely have a 9 up here. This is the place. There is an 8 in here. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 digits. to 36. So this is already 35. But if we didn't, and we definitely have a 9, we didn't have the 8, we'd have 9, 7. I feel like that doesn't work, right? Like, is this, sorry, 16, 20, 25, 31. There's definitely an 8. This 8. There's also definitely an 8 in here, right? But if it's here, this fellow doesn't see it. There's you don't have to have an 8 in here, which is interesting, I think. Like, I think you can just get away with this without an 8. But this, you have to have an 8. Pretty sure you also have to have a 7. That's 17. That's 28. $32, $35. You do have to have a 7, but I think that's it. I think once you're there, you don't need a. Oops. So, excuse me. I think we do need a 7 in here. Probably should have paid more attention to what this was. That we didn't have to have a 7 in here, I don't think, because it was either 8, 5 or 6, 7. This digit is up here. So you do need a 7, you do need an 8, you do need a 9. This 8, the 8 can sneak in here, is the thing about the 8. 8 could even be in here. I don't know. I don't know if 8's really the thing to think about. Probably thinking about the wrong thing. These sum. This sums to. Oh, okay. Right. This is probably the thing I was meant to see, and I just got way off track. Good grief. Why don't I just follow the thing I'm supposed to follow? This now is 34 plus 6 is 40. So we have to make a 5 out of this, which is either 1, 4, or 2, 3. So what does that mean? 4 digits would be as much as 30. What do we get with that? That seems like the thing we're supposed to talk about. 9 needs to be in here with some digits that sum to 7, or 9 is in here with some digits that sum to 10. 9's not here. 9's here. We've got a sum to 7 here. So does this help us somewhere? These are 5-ish. Not 5-ish, they're just 5. I mean, okay, gosh, these are not 4s. I should have seen this a million years ago. These are in the same cage, so 4 is not an option. So these truly are 1-3s, right? Now, this digit is definitely, these are the same digit. This is a different blue. So this is that blue. So that means we take 1, 3 out of all of these. We need a dark blue. So one of these is a blue of some description. If I tried to put a 1 here, then this would have to be an 8-9 pair, which is maybe possible. We also need to remove 1, 3 from here. So, does that tell us more about these now? I mean, I don't know that it does. Or do we need to think more? That's a really low digit in here. I'm interested in like a really low digit. Like I think this can't have a 1, for example. Or can it? Can it just? Because this could be 35 plus 1. So I think this actually can have a 1. This digit is definitely not in this cage. This blue digit is definitely up here. This is not 3. Is there a reason this can't be a 1? This digit is one of those digits. One of these is dark blue. What? One thing am I missing? Four digits without a 7 is still big. 17, 23, 28. We didn't talk that much about this 13. I feel like I'm supposed to be... This digit is not a 1 or a 3. Guess we could think about that a little bit. This is not blue either. Dark blue. Like thinking about like what this digit could be, for example. Obviously not 7, but seems like it could be, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Like those are the options here. It isn't, because 6, right? If this is 6, that means that all of these digits are 6 except one of them is 1, and this is neither. So it is 5. If these are 5, then all the other digits are 2. But if it's 4, you could still have 3, or you could have 1, 2, I think. So these digits, I think at this at this moment in time are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, we can immediately rule 1, 3 out of this one. We can rule 3 out of this one as well. So for these to be 4, we'd have to have 3 3s, and it actually looks like we can have them. Right? Like, you'd have to have 3 3s and 4 4. Well, that doesn't work. These are different digits. So it's not 4s with 3s, right? What could 3 go with? Nothing. 3 can only go with 4. So that would mean one of these would have to be a 3. So I think that fully rules 3s out of these, which does mean that it means that like navy blue is now in one of the corners. So what we're left with is either 5s with 2s or 1 1 2 2. Oh wait, I'm sorry, this still could be 1. Why did I say that? Just taking 3 out, it wasn't enough. We could have 1 1 2 2s and 4 4s, right? These would be different. If we were talking about 4s and 5s, this, for example, if this was a 4, this would be 5, this would be 4, this would be 5, this would be 4. So these would be, wait, not 4s and 5s, good grief, I'm sorry, it'd be 5s and 2s. That was ridiculous. If this was a 5, then both of these would be the 2s, right? If I put a 5 here, this is 2 digits that are not 5, so they would both have to be 2. But that would be the only 2 2s, and then this would be broken because those would have to be double 5. So that's not 5. If this was a 5, this would have to be 2, and this would have to be 2. So this would be broken. So that's not a 5. 2, 3. So if those were 5s, then these could be. So the 5s would be what? The places that we've said 5s can be. Sure, I'm making this too complicated, but we're down this path now, so let's do it. These would be the 5s. This would be a 2, and this would be a 2. So that puts a 2 in here, which I think is okay, because you'd have to have a 3 in it. But so that's one option. That makes this a 2. If this is a 4, then this has to be a 2. This has to be a 1 or a 2. This has to be a 4 or a 2. The 4 feels trickier. Or like the 1, 2. Right, it's only 4 if there are 4 4s and 2 2s and 1 1s. So right now these people could be 1s. So these remaining digits would have to be from 4s and 2s. So there'd be like, this would be a 2 4 pair. But I mean, that just, it feels possible. Or I'm just like, That doesn't seem as immediately, obviously eliminated. Like, and I am pretty sure we say that 1, 2, 3, 4 are definitely in here. And then 2 digits that went to 13. So we do have to have that still could be a 5 though. I'm sure this is actually fixed. 1, 2, 3, 4. We already have 1, 3. We'd have to have this digit somewhere. Some of the places we knew 8s were... Yeah, I'm just being... It's getting into that situation where I'm not entirely sure where to look right this second. I mean, there's a thread, I'm sure, that I was meant to follow, and I'm just not following it well. Four digits without 9 can be 26. Is that true? Yeah. So, do we need to think a little more about like blueness and that sort of thing? Well, that's a little interesting. This digit in here is not here and it's not here, right? It's a 1 or a 3, so it's also not here because that's not valid in a 13 cage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We do have to have a blue inside the dragon. I don't really consider that. We do need a blue in this dragon. We also need a 9 in this dragon. This dragon drawing is adorable, by the way. So, light blue is up here somewhere. If we don't put it here, it definitely has to be up here. Light blue. We already have our light blue in here. Light blue in here. Do we have a problem with our 1s and 3s if we try to I mean, like, I guess what I'm about to ask is there overlap between these sets? Because there would have to be overlap between these sets, right? If we're going for the 1, 2, 4 option. We do have 2 2s. That is just true, right? We definitely have 2 2s. And then some of the digits are either 1s or 5s. That doesn't make any sense. Wait, sorry. We have 2, 3. We have 2 2s, and then the remaining 5 digits are either all 5s or there's 4 4s and there's 1 1. I don't know if I just said that in an insane way previously, but I was just wondering, like, Like this definitely does have a dark blue in it. And it's not that. We know these exact digits, right? This is just 1, 2, 3. Wait, don't we? What is this? If it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it would be 15. So we have some degrees of freedom, but we don't have 2 and 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits. So if we dropped the 2, then we have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 10. That's 15. That's 19, right? I'm doing very bad at math. Sorry. We're dropping, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we drop the 2, we add 6. So we're adding 4 to 15, which is too many numbers. So I think we have to have 2 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be 1, 3 is 4, is 8, is 13, is 19. We have to have 2 in here. This is a 4. So there's no 5s. It really is, I should have seen that a long time ago. We even talked about this cage and then I just didn't do anything with it. Don't know. So we need 4 4s, right? We have one of them is here. We have I guess that could still be blue, huh? One of them is here. Maybe this is one, maybe this is one, but it definitely means there's a 4 in here. One of these people is a 4. 1, 2 probably breaks this anyway, right? I think that's probably not possible. We need 4 4s. So, right, so this is 1, and one of these, 2 is a 4. We still need 2 more 4s. So don't these have to be 4? Right? And then we end up with a 1, 2 pair, which I think makes sense. Now, if we maximize this, this is 30. Right? 9, 8, 7, 6 would be 30. 4 plus 1. But we don't have to maximize it. We could do this 9, 8, 7, 5 and have 29 plus 4 plus 2. So I think that still sort of works either way. Doesn't mean these are very high digits. It's like 7 and 8 are definitely in here, and then it's a 5 or a 6. You're not 7, it seems. We took... Wait, did I do this completely backwards? No. We dropped the 4 from here. Right, and we dropped the 4, but we said we have to have a 7. So that means these digits are... If it was 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, that's not big enough. So this is 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. That's 12 plus 6. So these are from 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. That means there's no 5 in here. That's a 6, 8 pair. This is the 5. And these digits are from 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. 5's in the waiting in the wings. Rolls 5 out of here. It's cool the way this dragon works. Just jumps out of the box, sitting on all this gold. It's got a name tag up here. So, what does this mean to anybody? It means that it does mean that there is overlap in our sets, right? Because one of them is 1, 2, 4, and one of them is 1, 3. And the ones are different ones. 3 makes this 1. Do need dark digit in here. You're 5, 6, 7, 8. I was just trying to think about where the overlap, if there is overlap. I mean, there is overlap in the set. It's not a shared gem, obviously. I mean, I don't think we have a gem that is both a gem and a jewel, or an emerald and a sapphire. The blue boy could be there. Probably think about 4s a little bit, because we just put a 4 in here. Right? We have a 4 in here. Also have a 4 in this dragon. Issaquah accent. Also a 4 here. 4 in here. Is there a 4 in here? I don't know. This 4 is kind of funny. I mean, it means we have 5 digits that sum to 30, which is not maximized. We talked about the 8 needing to be here. We don't know exactly where yet. We need our dark blue digit somewhere. Our 9s, we don't really. Oh gosh, right, these sum to 5, remember? These 2 digits sum to 5. That was the leftovers from here. We cut out the 4. We need to also cut out the 1. So we get a 2-3 pair here. So there's no 3s here. Or 2s. And you're not 3, and you're not 3, 2. So the 2s and 3s live in this little party, right? 3 is not here, or here, or here. This is seemingly not a 3. This is not a 3. This 1-3 pair means that is not available. So we put our 3 here, and I think this becomes our dark blue digit, right? Isn't that how that works? So those are the ones. So now we have the 4, we have the 2 2s, we need the 1, which is you, which I think that math works out if we don't include the 5, right? We need this to equal 30, so 5 is evicted. 7's in here. I really feel like I should be seeing these things more quickly, but okay. So now this 3's got to come up here as well, and that's a problem because we said 3 couldn't be in here, and 3's not there. So this is 3. So this is 1, and I've broken the puzzle. So that's a sad story. How did I do that? neither 3 nor 1 can go in here, and then I just said that that's not 3 or 1. 4 2 2s. So how did I break things? So we're broken as of this point, right? Because this is the point that we put the 1 down here. So if we back up, let's back up a little bit to the placement of our 4s, even before this. So backing up here, even as of this point, if we said 1 2 3, that this is the 4th 4. This is certainly never a 3. And as soon as we put a 1 there, that is bad news for everybody. So what made me... So my problem was, like when I put 3 here, I removed 1 there. Oh, this could still be a 3. That was my problem. That was just very silly. Very, very silly. Sorry. We were almost reasonable people, and then I ruined everything. So we did rule 3 out of here. That's 2 and 3 are ruled out of here. And that is not 3, and that is not 3, and that is not 3. And this digit is not 3. However, blue can be 3. One of these digits is 3. It was an absurd leap to put 3 there. Now, can I put 3 in here? I think so. Although I think it has to go with a 2 if I do, right? There's probably a little more flexibility there. Anyway. So I mean, I can see that doing the thing that I did breaks this, obviously, right? Because this is never 1 and 3. So anything that would push a 1 3 here and a 1 here is obviously broken. But I don't want to just like jump based on that broken logic. The other piece of consideration here was the 2s were not there or there, and 2s are not here. So it does mean 2s are here. And it just means that 3s, I don't really know about 3 inside this lizard. I'm not sure what to do about lizard 3s. So once we cut that out, it means we do have to place a 1 in one of these cages, which is a little bit challenging. Like if I put a 1 here, this is definitely a 7-8 pair. If I put a 1 here, this is a... In fact, if I put a 1 anywhere in here, it's a 7-8 pair, right? Because the 6 prevents the... And if I put 1 in here, excuse me, it's instantly an 8-9 pair. But No, I don't immediately see what that means. I feel like we did almost get this. I was silly in excluding 1 and 3 from that, but that I mean, what is it? It gets weird. If there's just no 1 in here, then the 1 is in here. Oh, this is definitely a 1. We did know. Oh, right. Sorry, we knew some more things though. We did know that I had to have a 5 in here, right? And that this was a 5. That I think was correct. I think that checked out. And do we have some sort of understanding about 4s? We just place it in this cage, I guess, is what we did. So if we had 3, 4 equals 7, if we had 3 and 4 in here, then we need 4 digits to sum to 27. Which is not. Well, it doesn't seem very hard. It seems easy. We did understand this to be true, I think. We did understand this to be true, I think. We do need 1 of every digit inside this person. And we know the 4 is up here. Which puts 4 up here. Cool to get like a 6 or a 3 or a 7 in the neighborhood. Right? These are big numbers. But didn't we think that we could get 2, 3, 4, 5 that truly was 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, then it would be possible to have a 1 in here. It'd be pretty cool to rule something like that out. Seems like that puts a lot of pressure on this. Right? Our blue digit other 2, the friend of the 2. That would put a 2 in here with a 4. If this was the 2, I mean. This doesn't have a 4 and it doesn't have a 9, but nobody cares about that. Not a single solitary person. 9 is not in the dragon here, and 9 seems to not be in the dragon here, but 9 could be in the dragon here or here. The dragon. What am I interested in? A little bit interested in 9 in this land. If this was 9, then we'd need 2 digits that sum to 7 without 2 or 3. Okay. If I tried to put a 9 here, then I need 2 digits that sum to 7 that are not 2 or 3. So I can't have 3, 4, can't have 2, 5, so I can only have 1, 6, but that is prevented. So I think that sticks the 9 in here. which means I need 2 digits that sum to 9 to go in here. That don't involve 2 or 3. So 7 is not in here with the 9. 7 is in here. And 6 is obviously over here. So 7 is over here. So 7 needs 2 digits to sum to 11 that are not 9, 2 and are not 4, 7. So they have to be 3, 8, or 5, 6 and are not 5, 6. So this, I believe, is... Wait, I'm sorry, that wasn't true at all. What did I just say? Sums to 11? Why did I say that? I think I somehow conflated this 8. I don't know. Anyway, that's not what I need. I also need 2 digits that sum to 9. If I make this a 7, I need 2 digits that sum to 9 that are not... that they would have to be either 5, 4... It could be 8, 1. Oh, we did... Well, sorry, getting distracted. I think 7 up here does mean 7 is here, which means 7 is not in this dragon. Here, which means 7 is here. And that becomes a 9, 7 pair. And that means 7's not here. I think we already knew that. I mean, we actually knew that already. Well, it could have been here. We knew 7 was in here for sure. Did I have to have a 7 to make this? I don't think I did. It was either 6, 7 or it was 5, 8, right? Those were my options. Anyway, what were we saying up here? This is 9 with 2 digits that sum to 9, and this is 9 with 2 digits that sum to 9, basically. And the digits that sum to 9 are not from 6, 3, and they're not 7, 2. So it's 9 with a 5, 4 or an 8, 1, and it's 7 with a 5, 4 or an 8, 1. So these digits are either 5, 4, or these 2 digits are 8, 1. And that's the same thing here, is that these are, well, that's not true, because this has more leeway. It's really only the 7. So sorry, that wasn't true. It wasn't just that they're here, because the 7 could go here and it could split that way, just in this cage, sorry. And that's the same thing here, is 5, 4 or 8, 1. Now, this couldn't be 9, 5, because that would put 4 here. We do need a 5 in one of these 3 people. That's not here. Seven, 7, 7. This is too bad, because the 1... Putting a 1 in here is pretty bold, because that makes this a 2 and it makes this a 3. That makes you the 1. So it would like make those 1s, and then what? I don't know. Other stuff happens. Other results from that are probably consequential. This digit sees a number of digits, really does. There's a world, perhaps, in which it could be 1. It cannot be 2 or 3. It cannot be 4. There's perhaps a world in which it could be 5. It's a world in which it could be 6. There's never 7. A world in which it could be 8. So this is already 16, right? So these 4 digits must sum to 20. 4 digits must sum to 20. I don't have a 9. But that's not that hard to do, really. You know? Doesn't that place our 7 though? This has been placed for a while, actually. So that means our... Did we say we had to have a dark blue digit in here? I kind of think we did, right? Because if we didn't... What were the... I thought we had to have our low digits and then a 13, basically. And then if we didn't have... If we like skipped out on low digits, we'd effectively be at 21 and we'd be subtracting 1 and adding... Well, we know there's a 7 in here. So we know there's a 6 in here, right? That's what we had talked about previously. So there is a 6 in here. So that's the 8 and that's the 6. That is not a 6, it would seem. And then the remaining digits that we had to have in here, it wasn't this just 1, 2... Wasn't it just 1, 2, 3, 4, and then what's its face? The 13? Phrasing that poorly. But I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and in this case, a 6, 7, right? We've already placed our 7. And we already have our 4 here. And 3 is visible there. So that means Old Navy digit here is in here. And that means that the Old Navy digit must be here or here. But the Old Navy digit is not this, because this is green and it's blue. So I think we really are saying that Old Navy is here. Right? And it's a 1 or a 3, which does mean this is the 2 and this is the 1, which is hopefully the opposite of what we got previously. And then we do get a 1. That does rule that out. But I think it's now okay to have this. Lost the music and I'm getting very slouchy. Slouching into nothingness. Okay, so that all feels very good and feels like a maybe correct version of the nightmare mistake I made earlier. So are we just left with a 5, 7 here? And this is the 7 and this is the 5? Is that a true statement? Possibly. Which hopefully provides some opportunities. So that just, gosh, that almost gives us our business here, right? In that we know this is 16. We have 5, 8, which is 13, which is 29. So then we have to make 7 in 2 digits. That I think have to be, if a 3 was in here, it'd have to be with the 4. So I think it's a 1, 6. So I think blue is 3 and Old Navy is 1. Does that feel true? And then in here we have also like 1, 6, 5, 8, basically. That's not 5, that's not 1. But this is just 20, right? 8 plus 5 plus 6 plus 1 is 20, which is what we wanted. We removed our 3s from here, which I think that puts a lot of pressure here. Okay, well, one thing we got, the 5's not in here because this is a 4, 1, right? And still, it's an uncomfortable amount of pressure. Hope this is right. 7 is certainly in here. And 6 is certainly in here. So I think you're 6. You're not 6. You're not 8. How does that feel? And then the 8 ends up over here. Okay, you're not 6. What do you think about that? That's 15, that's 20, that's 35. That seems okay. Possibly, plausibly, potentially. The 15 that goes in here, sorry, the 13, this can't be 9, 4 anymore. So that's not 9. So we do finally get our 9 in the dragon, which means there's definitely no 9 there. Seem to have gotten a 7 up here. And 7 needed to go, well, the 8 is definitely in there. So that does get the 1. Excuse me. And this is going to be the 9, 5, 4. And that's not the 4. So, because there's definitely a 4 in here, I think. So this is 4. Oh, he's 4s. And millions of them. There's no 4 in there. Okay. Remaining digits here look like a 2 and an 8 to me. There's no 2 in a 13 cage. So this must be 8 with the 5 with 2. This was a 1, 2, 6. So that must be the 7. This looks like 4, 6, 4, 6, 8. Okay. The remaining digits that we need in here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 5, 7. No, I'm sorry, we don't have 1. We need 1. Okay. I'm like confusing myself there. Okay, that's exciting. 7, that checks out. The 3 is up here. So that's 2 and that's 3. What else? 15. I think we were happy with that sum. These digits sum to 30. These digits, so 4, 4, 5, 9 is what remains, but what else remains? There's a 6. And that 6 is visible. So that is just the 6. And then this is just part of a 4, 5, 9 triple, which the 4 sees. So we've got 10 here. So these digits must sum to 24. These we know, right? Well, this 6 is not, that 6 is here. Okay. 4 is there. Well, this is a 2, 9, it's like a 2, 3, 9 triple, right? Which 2 and 3 seems very low to me, personally. Over here, this 18, we just know the composition of, right? Because it's going to be 2, 5, 2, 2, 3, 5, 8, right? Because that will be 10, that will be 18. Yeah, and the 5, 8's visible there from our 13 cage. So we pull 2, 3 out of here. This, we have a 2, 3, 9 triple here and a 5, 8. This just is a 1, by the way. And the other remaining digit is a 7, probably. Yeah, this becomes the other half of the 5, 9 pair. So this is not 9, which we figured there'd be a 9 in here, right? So 9 in here means this is not 9. And so this sums to 15, 22. So we need to sum to 12. So this 9 has to add to 3. So this is the 2. The 3, the 2. You're not 2. Okay. We get our 5 placed here. We have our 4, 9 pair. Here. You are not 2, it would seem. I want you to resolve, friend. Friendo. Anywho, that's 4 digits, 725. I feel like we know some stuff, don't we? Do we not know any stuff? We also place 9s over here. 4s over there. I don't know where you are, 6. So that's already 13. So then we need 2 digits to sum to 7 that aren't 3, 4. So we do need a 6, 1 or 5, 2. And it looks like 5, 2 is a problem. So it seems like 4, 9, 6, 1. I mean, one of the 2 digits could escape, but not the other. So 4, 9, 6, 1. Does that sound like a thing? Making this the 6. You're not the 6. You're not the 1 or the 6. That leaves 2, 5, 8. Did we place the 5 here definitively? I think we did. Something is known. Yeah, this 1. We get the 8 here, the 5 here. You are the 2. You are the 1. You are the 6, the 2, the 8. Cool. So, what does that mean? This is 7. These 3 digits must sum to 20. So, is it just 3, 8, 9? 8's definitely in here. I think it's 3, 8, 9. You're not the 3. Which places 4 here, 9 here. We already actually knew about this 1. That places 4 here and 9 here. And that means the final friendly little strip here is 2, 4, 6. And hopefully this unravels every single thing. I hope. You're 9, you're 3, you're 8, you're 9, you're 3, you're 9, you're 7. What a fun puzzle. Really interesting. I think I made it, I mean, I had that one mistake, but it wasn't that big of a deal. We found it pretty quickly. There was probably like, it feels like I probably could have pared those digits down more quickly than I did. Like the gem options, I probably could have gotten those more quickly than I did, but that's okay. And then just into what they could even be, I mean. And then this, I don't know. I feel like I was pretty clumsy with that. I mean, there were some, like, I think it's that problem I often have is not carrying logic through. Like, understanding the contents of this definitely helped. But I guess what really, like, once we had the 4s, I know that's where I broke the puzzle previously, but the 4 getting the 2, 3 pair felt like a pivotal thing. And then the dragon, this is such an interesting shape, the way it was just pressing through. That just sort of immediately looked like something that was going to be Cool. I think these rules were very clear. Yeah, I mean, there's basically, it's like killer cages and 2 sets of circles, which I'm not sure that I've done before, even though that sounds a little bit obvious. It was fun. It was a good one. It was challenging. Good, challenging puzzle. Okay. I'm going to go maybe do some more work.